access my camera through the link they sent. I gotta stop judging people just for because it's not.
Did we do it?
We're getting there. Just a little bit of a hiccup in the beginning with no sound.
Oh my gosh, hi.
I feel like I learn this software every time I use it.
Yeah.
I'm learning it over again, but I'm real close to having a good show. How's that?
We're getting there.
Hi everybody, how you doing tonight?
Hi guys, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Bob.
And we're the Q's
We're
Cruisers.
Q's Cruisers.
Thanks for joining us on Friday Night Live.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, at least it wasn't, we had to wait till there was no sound till it was already done. So we did okay.
I get in here an hour to an hour and a half before the show, and I test it. I've tested it like 3 times, and then all of a sudden the audio didn't come out when they pulled it up. I'm like, what is going on? But
you would think with all the stuff you have going on over here that would be automatic. But
well, yeah, one would think, but unfortunately that's not the case. So. What a week though. We had a storm. We had a snowstorm.
Oh, he said the music's still playing, honey did, so.
Yeah, it'll fade out, but I can
well, hopefully it's not too loud.
I can fade it down.
Okay. Cool.
I have it automatically fading down. But yes, we had a snowstorm. I said we had 8 inches, you say we had 6 inches. Semantics, but I still had to use a snowblower. That wasn't any fun.
It's tomatoes.
Yeah, so just so everybody knows, we're a blended family. Got 2 16-year-old boys, didn't have school that day. I come home, I got to snowblow the driveway. What's up with that? How come the boys didn't clean out the driveway?
I don't know.
Somebody's in trouble.
They were remote learning.
No, there was no remote learning.
Oh, that's right. They had no school. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Let me tell you about my day.
Okay.
So, I went to the post office to mail out some Christmas cards. So I stand in line about 10 minutes. It wasn't too bad. It was moving.
That early?
What do you mean?
It was early in the morning. You were waiting that
No, I went just after lunch, about
okay.
1:30. So I'm waiting in line. I finally get up there. You know, like I say, it's about 10 minutes wait, and they ran out of stamps.
Wait, what?
That's like the grocery store running out of groceries. They had no stamps.
So all these people's Christmas cards did not go out today?
No, I wouldn't let our YouTube family down, so I had to go to the grocery store to get stamps, to go back to the post office to drop it in the blue box or whatever it's called.
You're awesome.
Hey, you know.
Making it happen for our peeps.
That's what we got to do. So I was wondering if Ronnie Gilbert's in the house and he can kind of help us understand how that happens. But he's probably still out delivering.
I don't know if the Gilberts are in. But with that being said, let's go through the chat and see who's here, because there's quite a few people in here.
Who is here? Yes.
Well, the first person in was Innocence Abroad. And they said, you have those awesome guys on. Yeah, they are pretty freaking awesome. So we're looking forward to chatting with them. Anthony Simone, hello and welcome in, buddy. Thank you for your Christmas card. Really appreciate that. And the chocolates. Dewey Ski, my buddy's warming up his seat. Yes. And Elma, are you out of work, honey? I just lost the chat.
Hey,
it's gone.
I heard that Dewey was getting a new car.
Dewey did get a new car, and it's really, really nice.
It's got to be a big car because Dewey's a big dude.
Rachel loves Disney. I said, is it no maps needed? Hey, guys, how are you? Chad Cruisers is in. And I just realized that Chad Cruisers is Chris and Brad, and their names combined equal Chad.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I did not know that. So that was cool.
We actually considered changing the name of our channel to Syracuse.
Syracuse. No, we're not doing that.
Because there's no H, Syracuse. But
Jay Submarina Bowen is in. Honey, The Beach Life is in. Cheryl Rosinski, MGM Family, See the World with Chris. Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Jonathan Short, Nick Tours is in. Oh, my gosh. It's just going crazy. So bear with me for a second. Yeah, I lost a whole bunch. Michelle Bowen, happy birthday to you tomorrow, honey.
Oh, Michelle.
Bill from MGM is in. Blaine is in from Rayleigh Creative Travel. I don't know if I said that already. I probably did. Stephanie McClure is in from the Cruise World. Sorry, my brain's a little fried this morning or this afternoon, this evening, whatever it is right now. Work has really got me shot lately. I don't even know if I'm coming or going. Josh from Always on the Move. Will Cooper, hello, welcome in. D Incognito, welcome in. D, I love my D. She's such a sweet pea. Holly Ayers. Holly Ayers is she had a birthday this week as well. And I got to tell you, she's one of the most loyal supporters ever. I absolutely love her. Plump Travelers, hey, how are you guys? Weekend RVing, I caught your live this morning. That was awesome. Dave, hey, welcome in, Dave. There's a name in here that I don't know if I can pronounce, but it's Beckling Pinoy. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, and I'm sorry if I'm not. I apologize. Jamie Amtrak Travel is in. Travel Adventures with Eric B. Us and More, who is up after we are at 9 o'clock. Wanda from Cruising from Food. Hey, Wanda, how are you, girl?
Hi, Wanda.
Listen, did you close your rings today?
Aren't you guys connected?
We are connected. Hold on. I got to check mine.
Uh-oh, we're going to have a problem here. I can see it coming. Wanda.
Doll face. I am over my move goal. I am over half of my exercise goal, and I have met my stand goal. And I'm at 8,000 steps.
Wanda.
You got to get moving, girl.
Our show ends in just under an hour. You can get it done.
Let's go. Ronnie from Life is Good Today is also in. Ronnie and Alma, congratulations on your milestone.
Yes.
You are now monetized, and we love that for you guys, so congratulations.
Very happy for you guys.
Yes. I think I got everybody. I'm not sure. If I missed anybody, just give me a holler, and I will give you a shout out. Oh, the Grinch is in. The Grinch is in. I don't know. Gary Krebs is in.
The show just took a turn.
It did.
If Gary Krebs is in.
Gary, man. I don't know.
Do we have to have the mods put him in timeout?
No, not yet. Oh, Margie Butcher's in too. Okay, so
we have a special guest today.
The Gingers is in too. Hi, guys. Yes, we do have a special guest today, so let's bring them in.
So I wore my special shirt for my special guest.
Oh, Jeffrey Resendez. I'm sorry, buddy.
My ho-dads. There you go.
Well, bring
Over
them
here.
in so you can see the reaction.
Been to Hodads in San Diego.
What do we got going on here?
All right.
Oh, the Tyler show's in too. Hi, Tyler.
So why don't we bring in our
Yes,
guests?
bring 'em in, bring 'em
and I'm
in.
going to give them some audio, and here we go. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi. Howdy.
Okay, we can hear you.
Howdy.
Beautiful. How are you guys?
We're doing well. I'm a little concerned about those teenagers not doing the driveway, though.
Oh, I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not surprised, but not against yours. Mine should be out there shoveling, but then he's probably on Xbox and
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah, that's another. Bob and the famous Holly. Oh, says Wanda.
and Holly had a birthday recently
She
too.
did.
So happy belated birthday to you.
Last
Well,
Thursday?
thank you. Thank you. Wednesday. The
Last
9th,
Wednesday,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And we'll get into it. It's in my questionnaire, but
Well, why don't we say the name
Bob?
of their channel?
Bob put up a video on one of her birthdays, and he had some pretty impressive people saying happy birthday to her
Really?
from a show called The Love Boat.
No way. You did?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
talking about the well, that was the November of 17 cruise we did on Pacific Princess, and yeah, it's in our one of the few cruise series we have in our vlog, but it's 3 years ago, a couple months before the cruise, I contacted every member of the original TV Love Boat crew, and 3 of them, asked them to help me put together a surprise for her. So, and I like setting her up with surprises like that. So, 3 of them actually responded, and so that's why you hear them or see them, either the little card that Gavin McLeod signed or the 2 other crew members that did an audio greeting for her. So, yeah, I love doing little things like
I
that.
thought that was
She doesn't
really
like
cool.
getting embarrassed all the time, though.
I thought it was great, and it's very unique. I've never seen anybody do anything like that before, so it's pretty cool.
Well, and you love the Love Boat.
Yeah, Bob had kind of mentioned on his vlog that he was a fan of Love Boat too. I think that's why I like cruising. To be honest with you, when I was a kid, I'm watching a Love Boat. I'm like, man, that looks so cool. And then we get on a cruise, and it's like, this is great, and I'm hooked. That's
So
it.
the 2 Bobs love.
It's a great name.
Okay.
It's the way to
It's
go.
a sign of intelligence, I think.
It's the way to
I
go.
think so too.
Yeah. So,
Don't be stupid.
Innocence Abroad.
Yes, everyone. This is Bob and Holly from Innocence Abroad. And if one of my lovely mods could drop in their link to their channel, that would be great. Cruising for Food said, Bob is so easy to spell. Wanda, she's something,
Yes.
isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's shy. Wanda's
She's
shy.
really
Very,
shy.
very-
Can you tell if
Super
her
shy, yeah.
exercise rings are starting to close? Let's keep an eye on that. We're watching you, Wanda.
Wanda, you need to get up and start moving.
Wanda. So Bob did a very special thing that we really appreciated, and we wanted the cruising family to know
Yes.
what it was. And can you talk about it?
I can, but I'll start to cry probably. So you can.
Why don't you give it a shot? I'm right here.
Okay, so 2 weeks ago we did the cruise-a-thon, and all proceeds went to St. Jude's, and I got an email saying that Bob and Holly donated on my behalf, and that meant a lot to me. So I just want everybody to know. That's all. Okay, I'm good. I'm done.
So look, it's a very special
You
thing.
made it.
I made it. Sorry.
Very special thing for Sarah. We both very much appreciated it, and we thought it was something that we should share.
Absolutely should share. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we thank you guys so much for
It
that.
says a lot about who you guys are, and couldn't appreciate it any more than we do.
Yep.
Oh, you're
Okay.
very welcome.
All right. Let's go
Okay,
on to
cruise
happier
stuff, quick,
things.
go.
Well, that is a happy thing. That's a good
Well,
thing.
yeah, no, I mean, things that won't make me cry.
All right. So let's talk about your channel.
Yes, let's talk about your channel. I'm excited.
Let's start out with the easy questions first. So, what made you guys decide to start a channel?
Well, I like writing. I like telling stories, and just to kind of bring a reader in. And so every time we'd cruise for the last, I don't know, 15 years, maybe less than that, I would blog with with the B. I know we're all vloggers here. A lot of people are, and I enjoyed that. We'd go on a cruise, and I'd write every day. I'd post, even with bad ship Wi-Fi. I'd take hours if needed to upload so people back home could read about what we were doing. And it was starting to get to the point where it got to the point where I got tired of taking up family time or cruise time or going to crooners to get port wine in Princess or whatever, because it was just too much and it became work when it should be, by my measure, it should be fun. It should be enjoyable. So, and I was also doing filming at the time. So I just decided I'm going to concentrate on one, tell the story through video. And then I've been filming family vacations for 20 years, but they've always been in-house. So since the blog ended with our last cruise, Azamara, in December of 19 is the last one I wrote, we started a channel the next month. And we've only been going since basically January 1st.
Oh, awesome.
Wow, that's great. And I did see, if I pronounce it right, Azamara. I've never heard of that. So is that a luxury cruise line?
No, it is by their own. It is, objectively speaking, it's a club atmosphere, and that sounds a little too posh, but basically they are the middle wing, if you will, middle tier of Royal Caribbean Group. So there, you have Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. They have a certain product. Then there's Celebrity, which is, in my opinion, tend to be a little bit more adult, but a little bit less kids or whatever. And that's they bill themselves as modern luxury, or used to. And then Azamara is like their niche, the old R-class ships. 8 of them were built. They own 3. They only have 3 ships in the line, and it's more of a. There's no formal nights. They're very much like Oceania, where there are no formal nights at all. It's just smart casual and club cruising, and it's very, I mean, it's exquisite, excellent service, and it's just awesome. But it's kickback, like resort casual. It's not posh casual. It's just, I don't know how you could.
Kind of country clubbish, if you will, and it's a little more all inclusive than some of the other cruise lines that you have to have a beverage package,
Yeah.
or some of their programs are included. So it's kind of a hybrid between an all inclusive and a mainstream cruise line, if you will. And they're
Okay.
smaller ships too, so they tend to go to maybe a little less known ports.
They stay longer.
They stay a little longer. Sometimes they'll even do overnights, that type of thing. So it's just a little different.
Yeah, and that was the first thing. That was the first vlog series we ever did, because we just finished in December of 19. So that content created the channel, really.
Oh, okay. Cool. Can I just say hi?
But they're part
quick?
of they're part of Royal Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sherry, Awesome Sunsets. Hey, welcome in.
So we're going back to the Azamara, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
It looked like, how many passengers? It looked like smaller. It was a smaller, more intimate type setting.
It is. It's the old R-class ships are 31,000 tons, give or take a couple hundred, and the passenger max is around 680, high to mid 600s. So
Oh,
like
wow.
Pacific Princess, the Pacific Princess is I want to say it's R3, but it's one of those original 8 ships. The current, not the Love Boat we all grew up with, or many of us, but the current Pacific Princess is the same exact ship as all 3 Azamara. It's one of the 8 that were made and just branded differently.
So,
So when,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay. The 2001 to 2003, Renaissance Cruises tried to establish themselves as a cruise line, and they didn't run their business very effectively, and they went bankrupt. So they had 8 of these ships, and they basically sold them off to the current cruise lines that are using them right now.
Okay.
So that's why there are 8.
So Gary Krebs is asking, isn't it all sweet?
No, not at all. We splurged and stayed in one when we went on, but no, it's not. So it's there are some inside cabins. It's not suite from the standpoint of a separate room, what physically makes a suite. But Gary, there are verandas. There are different categories. You don't probably need to get into veranda versus veranda plus, but their starting cabin is 175 square feet, and then they go up to their top like owner suite, which is somewhere in the neighborhood of 900 square feet, and it's quite large. But it's no, they're standard verandas. There are plenty of them. It's majority of their offering. They have what's called Club Continent suites, which bridge between verandas and the top suites, and those are what like Princess might call a mini suite, and they're about in the 230, 240 square foot range, maybe a little bit more. But no, there are plenty of verandas on those ships.
And you stayed in an owner's suite, right?
Not on. We did on Pacific Princess.
Okay.
On that vlog is that ship tour is the owner suite. The on Azamara, they've done things a little bit differently. So those old R class ships have a like a separate card right by the observation lounge. They have a card room or an internet room. You know, we got some computers in there. Azamara has sort of moved that and to another wing, to a kind of a corner of their observation lounge, and which they call the living room. And the space that used to occupy, that those card rooms and things used to occupy, they've created two suites on the entire ship. There are two what are called spa suites. So it's, you've got a jacuzzi tub in there, and they're deck 9 forward. But no, there are only two of them. That's what we stayed in on Azamara. It was very unique and very, very cool, but it's, no, they're definitely not all suites.
Okay, cool.
That's pretty amazing. I don't know if you've seen it, but the room is enormous. And it's really nice, and that's where he also showed the Love Boat part of the Happy Birthday to Holly that year. So
That's the
pretty cool.
Princess one, yeah. That was the owner suite.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So when you vlog, when you're on vacation and you're filming, what do you use for a camera?
I have my main camera is a Sony DSLR. It's a A7R3. And I use that for shots that are really important to me, for just maximum video quality. But I don't use it a lot. I use that for something, maybe it's low light where it's really important. My day-to-day camera is really an iPhone. If I want to be more mobile, I don't necessarily take my gimbal to the dining room. In fact, I won't, right? But I might put the iPhone in the pocket with a handheld gimbal, like an Osmo Mobile 3 that I use for the iPhone to help stabilize it. Otherwise, it's that. I use a GoPro religiously, a GoPro 8, whether it's for a water scene or if I want a B camera to be filming two angles at once. But usually it's just an iPhone and my Sony for the most part.
Yeah, so we just got one of those Osmo. What do you call it? Is it DJI Osmo? We just got that holds your iPhone. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I just got one. I'm still trying to figure out how to use it. We just did a cooking video, so I'm interested to see how it came out.
It'll help. The iPhone 11 and above come with pretty good stabilization. I'm using a 12 now, but obviously haven't been on a cruise or a trip with one. But the Osmo will actually even help it just as much. The Osmo Mobile 3 is built for those. The one problem you'll find if you have the 11, like the Pro Max, is that the weight's about 230 grams. Don't ask me what that is in ounces, I don't know. But that Osmo Mobile 3 maxes out at about 240. So it strains to do its job. Smaller ones that are smaller phones that are lighter, and I'm assuming Apple, you may use other phones, but the lighter you get, obviously, the better that the Mobile 3 or the Osmo will perform.
Yeah, I have the iPhone just 11.
Okay, yeah, you should be fine. It's probably about 180 grams, and the Osmo will work with it just fine. It'll be perfectly steady.
Okay, so honey, our mods are telling us that they can't drop links. So is that a feature in vMix?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nothing to do with vMix. It's probably some type of a setting in YouTube.
Is blocking YouTube links. What? Ronnie was able to post a non-YouTube link last night. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll make sure that everybody gets gets a link to your channel. I'll have to figure that out. I'm not really sure why that's not working. We'll figure it out.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You
So-
can just go to Innocents Abroad too. Just type it in.
So, Bob, are you the one that does the editing?
Yeah, I've loved editing.
And what
Probably
do you
more than
use?
filming.
Wait. You said you love it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I absolutely love the creative process like fat kid on a donut. And I am a fat kid. I just don't have a donut right now.
oh,
But if
that's
anyone's
that's
got donuts, I can give you my address. I love editing.
we
I
don't
absolutely
like
love editing.
we don't like that. Well, I think we would like it if we understood it more, but
No, the problem is we always have a camera on us. So we've got hours and hours of footage. And what do you leave out? What do you pull in? That's where we struggle. So,
yeah. What do you use to edit? Or did you ask? You didn't ask.
Well,
this,
I was
did
going to
you?
ask you
You were
that.
asked.
A Final Cut Pro. I'm a Mac guy. I've used Final Cut for probably 15 years in one version of the software or another, and it's amazing. I like it very much.
Okay, what do we use again?
We use DaVinci Resolve.
DaVinci Resolve. Yeah.
But we're
Okay.
PC. We're not Mac.
Yeah.
Final
Okay.
Cut Pro's Mac only.
Okay.
So what travel plans do you guys have scheduled for this year?
Well, if I can qualify my answer by saying trips not yet canceled, because we're in that boat that so many of your viewers are, where I'm supposed to be on this cruise, or we've had 6 or 7 canceled, and I don't want to look backwards, but the first cruise that is not officially canceled yet, we have for 2021, we have our first time on Cunard we're going to go to Norway in the end of August, and on Queen Mary 2. But it's a back-to-back, so we're going to basically do Southampton, and then 7 nights on that. It's pretty quick, but then stay on it and take it back to New York and fly home. And then, so hopefully cruising resumes for everyone soon, but for us by the middle of August. Then in the fall, about 2 months later, we go right back to Europe we're going to be in Transylvania on Halloween as a pre-cruise stay with Viking River, and then go through Budapest and Romania. Start in Romania and go to Budapest on a river cruise. But I think it's going to be very cool to be actually staying in Transylvania on Halloween. And then Azamara right after that's Rome to Lisbon. If no maps needed travel is in here, there's no pressure. You guys are supposed to come on that with us. And then to be honest with you, God forbid cruising. I don't want to jinx anything and have people hate me. And if cruising were to not happen for a while, the big one that we have is December 20th of next year. It was supposed to be this year, but it got automatically moved. We have a 24-night holiday sailing and a landing on Antarctica with Seabourn. So we had that when that cruise got canceled. Seabourn's policy, instead of future cruise credit, was everybody gets rebooked to next year. Tell us if you want something different. So nobody had to scramble to rebook anything. But Penguins, 6 nights landing on Antarctica, weather permitting, and 24 nights over Christmas and New Year's. That's going to be epic.
Man,
So,
that's living.
That's
yeah.
wow.
Wow, that's great.
24.
That's it.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
could do 24 nights though. I don't know.
So
But
that's what
you
we're really
could.
looking forward to.
Well, listen, I could do it. Not a problem. But you're like, oh, I got to see the kids. Oh, I need internet. Oh, I'm just like,
No,
They'll be
they're
fine.
on the holiday. It's not like they're going to be busy shoveling snow. So let them, go on a cruise, have fun.
Yeah, that is true. I would miss my kids. Just a couple more hellos. Magnificent Germany with Darian is in, and my girlfriend Annette Sauter is in. Hello, guys. Thanks for joining. Annette, you and Magnificent Germany with Darian need to get connected because Annette loves Germany and
Yep.
has family there. So you two need to connect.
and he's got travel scheduled soon.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not sure when it is, but I think he's taking nine
Yeah, to Germany.
Nine people. So, Bob, do you use a drone?
Nice. I don't.
You don't?
No.
Not
I don't
gonna?
own one yet. No, I might. But so we talked pre-show about what I did or who I worked for. My job in the military, I was an air traffic controller. So for a couple of decades, and I love aviation. but I'm well aware of the FAA's rules, and I just can't. I know a lot. I don't. It's more hassle for me to worry about where the drone can fly. I don't want to do it and sort of capture the footage and then wonder if security's looking around. Now, there are
Yep.
plenty of places, but different countries have different rules. I think drone footage is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I'm aware. I'd kind of stick to whatever rule the country had from my background in where you can fly and when you can't.
Yep.
So it would be harder for me to use a drone knowing where I'm not supposed to use it.
Well, it makes sense.
Yep. So one of our awesome mods, Jay Bowen, is saying 28 thumbs up and 37 in the chat. Please hit those thumbs up. Yes, we appreciate that. So thank you so much. Go ahead, honey.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you about, and I don't think you've seen it, but the Icy Strait, the zip line. As you're zip lining on your vlog, you're going right into a white cloud, and you can't tell what's on the other side of that cloud.
Yeah.
And I was
I'd
like,
be terrified.
That
no.
is so cool.
That was was that May of 15? Yeah, I think that was Celebrity Millennium, May of 15. That was fun. It's not a lot to do in Icy Strait Point, other than look at the fishery in the nearby town of the old fishing industry, whale watching and that kind of thing. I mean, it's Alaska, but it's the zip line was pretty fun. I've done it a couple of trips. We went up there. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. And here's the interesting thing for vloggers, for anybody who's up there with a camera, the wind is wicked. So when you're trying to hold a camera, the fact, just imagine it like it turns you into a sailboat, because the wind will hit you and you can it'll pivot you and you're trying to look straight, but by holding the camera, the wind, you act as a buffer and it actually pushes you away. So just be aware of that when you're getting ready to film and you don't want to miss that perfect shot. You're going to have to counteract the wind because it's serious up there.
Well, that happened to you. You started turning, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
I would ever do that. So.
And Holly, did you do that zip line as well? You didn't?
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, I'm with you, Holly.
Well, what I couldn't tell. Well, yeah, no, you were well above the trees, but what I couldn't tell was, Bob, there was another zip line alongside you. I didn't know if Holly was on there passing you. I couldn't tell if she was doing that or not.
No, she
She's
declined
like,
the
"Hard pass."
invitation. So she left me. No, she didn't want to do it.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, me. We've been to Cancun twice this year, and both times we've wanted to parasail, and we're both so petrified of heights. I can't do it. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
I think we have to. I actually think we need to strap the camera to our forehead or something and just hold on for dear life. But yeah.
Well, that's a GoPro day. You put your GoPro on a helmet cam and you just go for it.
Oh, helmet cam would be cool.
Yeah, for some reason, heights just terrify me. So
they do for me too. That's why zip lining is just no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, Bob, looking at your vlogs, you and Sarah actually have something in common. So if you can think about the vlog that you called Note About Water Safety. Do you remember that vlog?
Where I flipped a jet ski.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I did it too.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yep.
He turned his upside down, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was stupid. I had the GoPro on. Yeah, and I was just hauling. Do we have any children in the audience? I was hauling, you know what? And had the throttle wide open. So I'm cool and I'm having a great time. And it was under control. The vehicle was under control. What happened is when I idled to just take a look at the scenery, like there's a point and people have their houses out there on the point. When I put the boat at idle, the jet ski at idle, to just sort of chill, I turned a classic navigation mistake. I turned the boat sideways and parallel to the wave. Well, what happened? Wave came and it just, thank you very much, and flipped me. So it wasn't because of speed. It was because I didn't basically point the boat in the right direction to counter the wave. So that's why I went over. Yeah. Right now, if Wanda's still here, she's laughing, I'm sure.
She said, I don't want to ruin my pants. I don't, oh, I think she's talking about zipline.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, she'll probably comment in a minute. Chad Cruiser said they've done zip lining a few times in St. Thomas and also in Jamaica. That's cool. I don't know, maybe with a little tequila.
Well, no, we
Yeah.
have to. You know,
it's,
when we were in Cancun, they were like, we're not so sure if we want to do it. They're like, tequila. You know, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I could do it only because water's underneath me, you know, for the parasailing. And so if you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall in the water. But then I think about like, din it, and then I'm like, nah, I don't feel like being shark food today. I'm good.
Nah. So, Bob, on any of your vlogs, I don't recall seeing like snorkeling or anything along those lines. Is that something that you do? It's just not a part of your vlogs, or did I miss it?
No, I do in a few of them. I mean, I have done it. There is the last time that I filmed while snorkeling was on a trip that's a Great Barrier Reef, and I haven't made a vlog out of that. That footage is 8 years old. I have it. I have done it. I just don't do a lot of it.
Do,
There's just not much. There's not a lot of material out there for that type of shot.
do you film in 4K?
Always, nothing less.
Okay, yeah, because some of your films they're just so clear.
Yeah.
You know, I was wondering if that was the case. So, can
Oh,
you
yeah.
can you talk to me about your cruise pre and post series? You had, I think it was 7 or 8 destinations that you went on, but was it over a period of time? It wasn't one trip after another one. Like did you start in San Diego? I'm trying to think of which was your first
Oh,
location.
okay. So, as far as the actual, when you mean start, do you mean the like the first one in the series?
First destination, yeah.
Okay. Oh no. The first one is Buenos Aires because the footage was so hot. Like I said, we just started our channel in January, so we had been to Argentina with Azamara. We'd been to Argentina for a couple of days, Buenos Aires for a couple of days pre-cruise to check it out. So when we came back, and I decided, in addition to Azamara, to start this cruise pre and post series, it seemed perfect to start with Buenos Aires because it was like the newest stuff. No, the other trips, there was going to be one a month starting in April, and it was going to be a 12-month, once a month series for 12 months. Well, COVID hit, and 4 of the places we were going to go to were trips that got canceled. So that's why in the item description it actually says, hey, this one's canceled due to COVID-19. My bad. So that series is only going to be 8 episodes when it's finished. There's one more to go.
Okay.
No, it's just they were over from the last several years of trips where I already have footage, but edited to concentrate on the shore part of it. And the only caveat to a rule that I had for myself when developing that series was it wasn't just about a port call. It had to be somewhere that a cruise ship of any size, but a regular passenger cruise ship, had to use as embarkation or disembarkation, as opposed to just, hey, we just stop here as a port call. That's what I wanted that pre and post series to be about, and so that's what it is.
So do you guys have a preference when you travel? Do you prefer to travel on a cruise? Do you prefer to travel to a destination? Any preference?
You need some air. You get some airtime.
I think we tend to like cruising because you get to go to so many different locations, you know, and only have to unpack once.
Yep.
We have done combinations where we've done land tours, you know, prior to getting on a cruise. So we've done some combination type things, but I think for the most part, cruising is our preferred way. With a few days pre and or post, and that's kind of how the pre and post thing got started. Was that, you know, we were doing research on YouTube on planning, and there wasn't like a lot of information out there about like what hotel do you stay in for a few days prior to going on your cruise, especially for Buenos Aires.
Yep.
So basically just trying to fill that hole of, you know, here's what you can do before you even get on your cruise if you want to go a few days.
To be fair, there are plenty of in my opinion, to contrast you only once in a rare. There are plenty of people that have. There's no shortage of people that have hotel vlogs or city tours. Let's be honest. I mean, it is what it is. There's a lot of great content out there, and maybe some that isn't, but it's out there nonetheless. What I wanted to do, if there's a style to put on it, was to tie it to a cruise. So it's either right before. I think they're all happen to be right before, or right after, and there'll be some information there about, hopefully in all of them so far, of maybe distance from the port. But it's not. It's all related to cruising, although people could use it for just a city tour. It's really earmarked for what you can do and how far something is. Like Vancouver's one where I use a lot of mileage. Just how convenient something is for a pre and post stuff. So it's definitely related to cruising. I guess that's how it's different a little bit.
So we actually have a question for you from Chad Cruisers.
Sure.
They would like to know what your most memorable cruise was.
Thanks, Chris or Brad. Now I have to think.
There's been so many great ones.
Shameless plug for Chad Cruisers. They're from Toronto. Check out their content.
Yes, please do that.
Go. I got to think. You go first.
God, there's
Most memorable.
Questions
Question's like 30 seconds old. I can't remember. Azamara. There have been plenty of things where, just for the overall experience, there's a cliche that obviously there's a cruise for everyone. I think it's true. So there's also every place we go to is every cruise we've been on, I'm the glass half full. It's very, very hard to not have a good time, find some way, if not the whole thing, to have a good time. So there's something positive in every one, and there are ones that are just like, there's a bunch of number twos and whatever. But Azamara, I think, even though we've only been on them once, of all the cruises that we've been on, Azamara's overall product, the ship, the customer service, and again, another cliche, but I mean, it was friggin' remarkable. The crew were truly just phenomenal. The cruise director did something very special for me as well, and not just a shameless plug, but for our series. But in episode 1 of that 4-part series, there is another birthday greeting where the cruise director several months earlier had helped me set her up. We're in a theater that a bunch of people went to as a special short excursion. Azamara calls them As Amazing Evenings. So the cruise director was like, oh yeah. I contacted him, found out who was going to be the cruise director, and I'm working with him like 6 months before this cruise started, and he helped me set her up in front of 400 people that sang her happy birthday. That's a pretty good impression. But their overall product, other than that very personal touch, again, they max out at 680 people. Our cruise happened to only have about 500 passengers. It was so nice to be able to have kind of your run of the ship, and there's an interaction service level that is unmatched. I love Princess as a very close second as it happens. Azamara just made a great impression. I don't know if it's your favorite or if you prefer Celebrity.
I truly did enjoy it. And I guess I tend to like the smaller ships because you do have that more intimate, relationship with the crew, and you get to know people a little bit better. But I think really my favorite trip has been the Christmas Market River Cruise. Now, generally I like ocean cruising, but that one was just, for me, so magical because you're in, the middle of Europe at Christmas time, which, doesn't only comes around once a year. So it's not like it's, they're doing that same cruise week after week after week. And it was just so interesting to see how Europe does their Christmas and
Christmas markets.
It was beautiful. It was very impressionable on me. We did a pre on that one. We went to Prague for several days prior. And they're a little inland, obviously, not on a river. So we did them first, and then we went down to Budapest to catch the river cruise, and then we ended up in Nuremberg. But the whole experience was it was beautiful. And being on a smaller boat was also part of that experience. You just got to know the crew very well.
Yeah.
Now it looks like Margie.
Yeah, I was just going to say that Margie said that they love long cruises, 30 days, see a lot of different countries, experience different cruises. or cuisine, sorry, and climate, speak different languages, cruises from around the world on a ship. That actually does sound amazing.
So what's
Yeah.
the longest cruise you've been on?
Well, cruise line or the American Navy?
No, not Navy, cruise line.
So the longest cruise that the U.S. government has put me on, I spent 139 days straight at sea once during the whole 9/11 bit, and I'll leave that there.
Wow.
But yeah, 4.5 months of straight sea days. If Chris from Chad Cruises is here, I'm sure he'd cringe at that. He man hates sea days. For conventional cruising, the one 16 is our longest so far. The
Solstice.
Celebrity Solstice from her inaugural trip into Australia. And that was December of 2012, where one of the stops was the Great Barrier Reef and the snorkeling we talked about earlier. But 16.
Oh, amazing.
16 is the total. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We have another question for you.
Sure.
Gary Krebs wants to know, what does Azamara, am I saying that right, give you as far as the equivalent of diamond? Do you know he can't find anything?
Sure, I do. Absolutely. Okay. So the cross pollination, if you will, between the Royal Caribbean family for perks, diamond is equivalent to what they call discover or discoverer. There's a discoverer or diamond plus. Is Gary Krebs? You said?
Yes.
Gary. It would be called discoverer, and so it's lateral in that regard. But as you may be aware, that or elite with celebrity, and they all top out at their second to highest level. So, for example, if you were Diamond Plus, or what's Royal Caribbean call their top end, Pinnacle, whatever the name is for Zenith for celebrity, whatever the name is, the cosmetic name for the top, I've been there for 100 years. Those do not, I guess maybe that you could argue that they're protecting the product a little bit, but they're not a cross. If you're the very, very highest, you get treated as the second highest when you go on other cruise lines within the same family, if that makes sense. So if you're diamond, you get the same perks on Azamara laterally. But if you happened to be higher, when you go to Diamond Plus or higher with Royal Caribbean specifically, Celebrity and Azamara will basically stop at the second highest level for that reason. One thing I wanted to point out, though, and it's been this way for a couple of years, and Azamara still has not. The rule is still in effect, or the policy is still in effect. Azamara really started off when they joined the Royal Caribbean is technically more of the celebrity family, even though all three are Royal Caribbean group. So here's an interesting thing for Azamara. Like when you go on Azamara specifically, and only on Azamara, your points are reciprocally earned with celebrity, not Royal Caribbean. So whatever level you are with Azamara, if you go on Azamara and you're elite. I'll tell you what we did. We were the second. We were elite level, which is like diamond. Elite level was celebrity. We went on Azamara, paid for a suite, and we were close to what's called elite plus with celebrity. So that put us over. But instead of just going on celebrity and being treated as the equivalent, the next celebrity cruise we go on, you actually earned it and it's permanent. So if we book a celebrity cruise, celebrity and Azamara, you can earn on the other instead of just being treated the other, if that makes sense. Royal Caribbean, the cruise line though, Gary, does not actually do that with its other two sister companies.
Okay,
so
cool.
if you want to try to run up points, do it on Azamara.
Okay, so he said that's sweet. So there's a lot going on in the chat as far as who loves sea days and who loves port days. So I want to
So Chris is still online.
I want to take a poll. Everybody drop in either the word sea or the word port. Which one you prefer? I'm curious now. Now I want to know. And Wanda, yes, I heard tequila makes your clothes fall off. Lots of seas.
I prefer a sea day.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, nope.
Yeah.
There goes the ports. Wow, that's so interesting. That's interesting.
So, Bob, I have a question that just popped up. Having a background in the Navy, are you familiar with the Jones? Is it the
Oh,
Jones
yeah.
Law?
I'm
or the Jones?
well aware of the Jones Act. Yeah.
Can you explain what that is and how it became about? It's kind of weird that it would apply to the cruising industry.
Because of the Alaska. That's why you're asking, right? Because our Alaska cruise got canceled because
we
of
can't
that.
stop in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you want to start?
No, you know this
Okay.
better than I do.
So the Jones Act is from the mid 1800s, and I don't know if it goes back to the Barbary Coast of San Francisco shipping or if it's riverboat cruising. I don't know my history on it that well, but it's from the mid to late 1800s. And what it is basically a ship could not. It was to protect American seamen on the Mississippi. I think its origins were river cruising. So you could not, a foreign flag vessel could not go between two U.S. ports without somewhere in their itinerary stopping at a foreign port. For example, Seattle's a good example of that, or Alaska, where you might make a token stop in Victoria. A better example of that, I would argue, would be a Hawaii cruise from LA or San Pedro, where on the way out or the way back, you're gonna stop either for an outright shore excursion or port day, or a 3-hour fuel stop in Ensenada, because when the ship gets tied up and the gangway goes down, now it's in Mexican territory, or happens to be Mexico, and now you've stopped at a foreign port. Without doing that, it's not that it's about tariffs and it's about job protection. There's nothing preventing a ship from doing an Alaska cruise, just Vancouver, round trip to Vancouver, as an example. The difficulty is in not stopping at a foreign port. They can't, there's a duty and there's an excise issue. So they won't be able to open the casino if there is one. Azamara doesn't have any, by the way. They won't be able to open the stores. And the ship could go to these places, but may not because of that. One weird thing that some people have run into, and it's kind of rare, is people that do a Hawaii cruise either side of the start or end, mind you, of the Alaska season. People that go to Vancouver or come from Vancouver cannot do an Alaska cruise and then go to Seattle, then go to like Vancouver to Hawaii. From Seattle, they actually have to deadhead, or they can't book those cruises back to back. So it's I don't know if we have any kids in the audience. It's a pain, you know where.
Yeah.
But its history is about 150 years old at least. And to be honest, there might be a little fuzziness going on here, but I've got the meat of what the spirit of the law is. But just looking up on like Wikipedia or something will lay it out in black and white. But it's really about job protection and from the U.S.'s point of view. The Jones Act is a U.S. law. It's what's happening behind the scenes.
Okay. So just a quick hello to Ellen Huffnell. Hey, kids, sorry I'm late. No problem. So a lot of people, it's kind of mixed. We have seaport, CCC, port. I mean, but then Sarah, that's too general. The Caribbean, sea. Europe, definitely port. Well, we haven't been to Europe yet.
Yeah. Absolutely, for the culture. Absolutely.
Yeah, so we have not done that yet. Margie Butcher says that the Jones Act is so cruise lines don't become like ferries. I don't know. But we have another question for you from
Sure,
No
of
Maps
course.
Needed Travel. They want to know, if money wasn't an option, what cruise would you take?
Well, since I know Scott's working, Maddie, are you referring to cruise line or itinerary?
I don't know. Hey, Tommy Dotson, welcome in. Hey, JNN Travels, welcome in.
He said
Tommy
both.
Dotson says, he said both. He or she said both.
So, cruise line right now, I would take Azamara, and itinerary. If I, even though it would be a repeat of what I've already done, I would go back to the Adriatic in Greece in a heartbeat.
Oh, do you guys follow EECC?
No, and I am familiar with that's an agency of some sort or a huge group thing, right? No,
Yeah,
I'm
they
familiar
also
with
have
them.
they also have a channel, but their series on when they did Greece, remember that? Oh, it
Yeah,
was
nice
amazing.
job.
I would love to go.
Yeah.
So looking at your vlogs, you guys have been all over the world. It seems, Buenos Aires, Amsterdam, Dublin, Vancouver, Budapest, Venice. Do you have a favorite destination?
I'll go first. Just a city.
That's so hard. I do like Venice. It's very. There's just something about Venice. You can't get much more texture and history than.
Bob, is this a cruise question or just destination for travel in general?
Just a destination in general.
London for me. No contest. London.
Really?
Oh, that's
We
awesome.
do
Yeah,
love going
yeah,
to London.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a cruise, I'd say Santorini probably.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So,
London.
Sherry Sunset Travel says, I would have no problem doing a cruise to nowhere. What do you and your guests think? Well, Bob, I know you.
I'm
you
all
don't,
for it.
He's all for it. I wouldn't care, honestly. But what about
Yeah,
you guys?
I'd go. Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know if you'd ever get picked, but we ended up, like so many other people, volunteered to do the whole guinea pig bit with Royal Caribbean. But even if things are pseudo back to normal, yeah, I'll take 14-day cruise, just putzing around, looking at stuff. For me, cruising is about the environment. That's why I'm so so important to me on what type of ship you're going on with cruise line. It's the cruise ambiance overall. I don't have to have a rock climbing wall and I don't have to have a violin concert. It's just being underway in the environment, if a ship's got a proper promenade that goes all the way around, I'm in heaven. I just being at sea, but not being in the Navy anymore. I'm very happy. So just cruising in general.
Margie Butcher said her husband is from London and she would agree London is a great destination.
Yeah. Margie's awesome.
Yeah.
Sarah and I have not done international travel yet.
Nope,
That's one
not
of the
yet.
things that I think we're working up to.
We need to get rid of,
Okay.
we need to get the kids off our payroll first.
Yeah.
Can understand
And then we
that.
need to go with somebody like Bob and Holly or somebody that
Yes,
can
Sure,
kind of
come
show
on.
us around.
Yes, for sure. So,
Yes.
we're 3 minutes till 9 already.
Yeah, this has been a fast hour.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
can't even believe it. So what I would like to ask for those of you that are in the chat, one, if you have any questions for Bob and Holly, please drop them in the chat. And two, if you're a creator or a supporter, please hashtag and let us know. Also, since we aren't able to drop links, it seems like if you wouldn't mind going and getting Innocence Abroad to 300, they're only 3 away.
Yep. Let's help them out. Let's become
are
their
we?
friends.
Can we please
We got
go?
6 in during already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys wouldn't mind, we'd really appreciate that. We love our cruise community. They're so supportive, and we certainly wouldn't be where we are today without them.
That's right.
We'd love to support everybody. Lots of supporters and creators. So do you guys have any questions for us? Since we just threw a billion at you.
Sure, no, it's absolutely sure. So, other than Mexico, which you've mentioned you've been to, what is your number one destination for both of you that you have? But the caveat is you have not yet been. What's at the top of your list, other than repeating something?
Not yet, Ben. It's probably Venice
Yeah.
or someplace in Italy or something like that, right?
Okay.
Oh, God. I don't know. I think I have to say Hawaii.
Really?
Okay.
Because he went without me 2 times.
Hold on.
But it was for work. It was for work. It was
Look.
important.
But she's not telling the whole story.
I kind of am.
I bought her a ticket to come with me. 4 days before we were supposed to go, she said, I can't go. So you could have went.
I couldn't leave the kids.
Yeah. I'm like, they'll be
Oh,
fine.
you guys are at $2.99. Come on,
We're gonna
please.
get you there.
Let's get them there.
So just a couple of quick updates. next Friday is Christmas.
Yes, we will not
We
be
will
live.
not be live, and then the following Friday is New Year's
New Year's Day.
Day,
We will not be live
where
for
we won't
that
be
either.
live. So we're taking a couple weeks off.
Yep.
But we appreciate everybody's support, and
But we're going to be dropping a few videos, right? I have a cooking video that we vlogged 3-4 weeks ago that we still haven't put out. It's Italian wedding soup. So we need to get that one out, and there's still some Cancun videos that we need to get out. We have one
Yeah.
that's almost done, so maybe we'll drop those on our time slots just as a premiere or something. Do you guys have anything coming out that we should be on the lookout for?
We do. Sure. We have we spent 47 days on Amtrak in the fall, or autumn, excuse me, and we started a weekly series about 5 weeks ago. So every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, there is a release of the newest episode. It's going to run about 5 months. I've got a month and a half of video. So
Okay.
tomorrow at 3, episode 6 will premiere, and that's going to have to do with our last 2 of 4 days in Washington, D.C. That episode tomorrow will be pretty much monuments like Martin Luther King, Lincoln Memorial, and kind of honor. There's a sort of a silent honoring of the Vietnam veterans of the Vietnam Memorial. And it's not gloom and doom, but it's just a kind of overall of the people that have made a difference in American history without being too political. And then that's kind of the highlight. You know, it starts off with an art museum, but it basically ends up, I think, with a bunch of monuments. So that's pretty much what that one's about.
Okay.
That's part of the Amtrak trip that we're going on all over the country.
So please go check them out. Oh, you just hit 300.
hey,
Yay!
congratulations.
Congrats,
We're going to get you
guys.
there.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Party, free tacos for everybody. Even Wanda gets 2.
So before we wrap this up, the one thing I have to say about your channel, everybody has a unique style. And what I like about your channel is it's very informative. It's
Yes.
really interesting when you're just sitting there and you're going through your commentation and talking about what we're seeing and some of the history behind it. It's unique, and I really like it. I think you do a really good job.
Well, thanks very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Trying
Yeah,
to improve. No.
so check them out.
Yeah.
Innocence Abroad. And who are we sending them off to? Who's coming up?
Us and More and Alana Zingano. So,
All right.
yep. So we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And just everybody stay safe.
Yes, please stay safe, and we will we'll be back in January.
Yes, we will.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
being our guest
Thank you
tonight.
guys for having us.
Thank you.
And
safe, everybody.
we're gonna
We'll
sign
see you
off.
at your premiere tomorrow.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.